Sagittarius, welcome. Good to see you, my friends, and welcome back to the channel for another update reading. This particular reading is for love, so if you're focused more towards another subject, career, financing, in general, just something other than love, this would not be the video for you. However, of course, if you do need a specific reading guided towards something else or love, you can always book with the description below. All the information is there for you that you can utilize and ultimately get yourself set up. Okay, pricing and availability does vary, so keep that in mind. So, Sag, let's see what's going on. We're going to use tarot, and then towards the end, with some ending or closing messages, we will use Oracle. Finish it off. All right. So let's see what we got for you guys today. What is it that we need to know? For Sagittarius, Archangel Shamuel, I appreciate any insights and guidance that you could provide us for Sagittarius. That would be awesome. This is their love reading. We are in the month of September. So let's take a look, shall we? Let's see what we got here. Alright. Alrighty, Sagittarius, let's see what we have. Wow, some of you seem completely disinterested in love right now. Like, completely. So what I can see here, or what I am getting, is that you guys are ultimately, for some of you, you're very much focused on yourselves right now. Some of you are not interested in your love life right now. Some of you are, it's not that you're not interested, but you've taken on the responsibility of knowing that you have to focus on yourself or focus within. Because I get the messages here, what I'm being shown is that ultimately you're doing a lot of inner work so that you can get to where you want to be, so that you can get to the love life that you'd like to have. And for some of you, it's being shown that you've even closed yourselves off. You've gone as far as to closing yourselves off, or maybe you're not very trustworthy. Okay, Two of Swords, I wouldn't say that you're not trustworthy, but maybe you're not very trusting of others is what I'm trying to say. Because with the Two of Swords, it means that you are blocked off or you are carrying some form of burden upon you. This is a mental card, deals with the suit of the mind. So this is definitely letting us know that someone either has betrayed you and you have ultimately become hesitant about trusting others, or maybe you have made a mistake of your own and you're like, you know what? I need to realign myself. Like, I clearly need to get in order before I can take steps forward, before I can even, continue forward responsibly, to have, trusting myself, but being with someone in terms of a romantic relationship and having that partnership. For some of you, that's not the case. Some of you guys, I can see here, you're doing a lot of the giving, okay, in the relationship. You're doing a lot of giving in the connection. You are constantly pouring out, but there isn't a lot coming back to you. But this card here represents 6. 6 deals in the number of love. 6 of Pentacles is a card that represents ultimately you are becoming very, I guess, a conduit for karma energy, but specifically this is going towards your love life. Okay, so you're doing a lot of nice actions or good deeds that are going to be getting to you, going to be getting where you are in the future versus where you are right now. So the results will be shown down the road. But this is an excellent card actually for love, because it lets us know that you're doing all the right things, even if it doesn't feel like you are right now, so that you can have the love life that you're looking for. And some of you, I feel, are willing to say, you know what, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I'd rather get it all done right and have it all out of the way, and I could have someone in my life that I trust and they trust me and we're happily ever after, we move on, versus, you know, just pretty much being irresponsible and wasting time and energy and not being where I want to be. So I feel for some, I get the energy here, though, even with this Two of Swords. For some of you, you guys are dealing with a heartbreak or a burden. Some of you, I feel like you have broken up with your partners not long ago, and you're waiting for something from them, waiting for them to come back or a message, something. They're on their mind as much as maybe you don't want to say it or tell other people. You think about them. They're very much on your mind. Uh, and I feel here there could be a possible message coming for you from them about that. Um, I'm also getting here for some of you, you're wanting the tables to turn. Okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which means for me, tables will be turning for you. Things will be getting better. Technically, this card was on the reverse, which means things are going to be stagnant. You know, things are changing, yes, and they will turn for the better. But because it's reversed, it means right now it just seems stagnant or stuck or still. You don't feel like anything is really changing or shifting, and it makes you wonder, you know what, like, am I really getting somewhere though with any of this? Because I feel like I'm not. But that's where Spirit wants you to understand is that you are, okay, you are. You're headed in the right direction for your love life, so don't worry. And I really feel that you are. I think right now, for you, Sagittarius, things are pretty, for some of you, it's very complicated, and for some of you, you're like, you know what, not so complicated for me. You know, things are pretty set, clear, dry, whatever. I'm just focused on me, and that's all right. Um, but I feel like deep down, you want things resolved. Deep down, you do want things to be back to where they were, of course, minus any complications. Um, but I sense here that the love life that you're seeking, or the love life that you're working on currently, if you're already partnered, is it's a work in progress now, and it will always be a work in progress. But it will never be as hard as it is now as it will be down the road. It will get much easier. And that's where we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles means that you've been working hard. Okay, you're putting in the effort, you're putting in the time, you're focusing on yourself, but you're trying to be, for some that are partnered, you're trying to do the right by your partner as well, and you're working hard. Okay, for those that are single, this represents that ultimately you're working hard within yourself and doing all the inner work so that you can get to where you need to be, whether that means having that person come back, or giving them enough time, or whatever it may be, or that you're preparing yourself for the next steps ahead or the road ahead. Um, there's a lot of work and self-reflection here, and a lot of good karmic energy, because this is very self-reflective, to say the least. And there's a lot of earth energy going on here, I'm noticing. So for some of you, you're dealing with an earth sign. That could be a Capricorn, that could be a Taurus or a Virgo. Okay, and earth signs, they're loyal, a little stubborn, complicated at times, sometimes pushy, and they can be, gotta have it their way. But they're loyal, and typically they will make it work. They will typically, if they messed up, they'll find a way to make it work. So, yeah, for some of you, you could be dealing with an earth sign. But some, it could be an air sign. This could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy is what we're seeing. We've got Two of Swords, and I said we're also dealing with Page of Swords here. Well, there you go, here. But the good news is that this card here, Page of Swords, means positive news is coming in the form of communication. Okay, so something good, some positive news is coming forward to you about your love life. And because it's a Page of Swords, it could represent that of an air sign. Again, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini could be stepping forward if you've been dealing with one of those star signs. But I'm being shown that either way, regardless, something is coming, a good news, a message, something. So I feel like, despite a lot of this inner work that I feel like you already know and that you're doing, you know it's necessary in order for you to have the love life that you're looking down the road, because at least you'll be the one without problems, and it'll be smooth sailing. So you're doing the right thing. Last but not least, Four of Cups, gifts from the universe. Universe does not intend to forget you, and they will emotionally fulfill you and continue to throw options and solutions your way. You just have to find the right one for you. And I don't say find, because Spirit's going to pretty much give it to you, but it's just a means of, looking at it, assessing it and being like, you know what? Is that the right one for me? Maybe not. But what about that cup? That one looks pretty good. And you just have to check out the different cups. Cups represents love. Cups represents emotion. Spirit's trying to give you what you're emotionally lacking in your love life, whether that's partner or love at all. Or maybe your partner is a great partner, but they're not handling things a certain way. Or maybe you just feel like they could be handling it better. Whatever the case may be, it shows improvement here. And I feel for you specifically that the improvements will be made. Okay? Your love life is coming together. And why do I know that? Because you're working hard. You're working your ass off to make this work. So I really feel here it's in the right direction. Our closing messages, I wanted to give you some oracle messages. Those are from Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland. Okay. Let's see. Any closing messages for Sagittarius? Anything they need to know would be great. Thank you. Let's take a look and see what you guys got. I'm kind of excited. I like to, see what these messages have to say, what final messages they want for you, whatever the case may be. It's just, I think it's always handy to do something extra at the end, or you never know what might come up. A little bit of a different perspective. Alright. Let's see. I actually just recently, one of my friends we're working on a separate YouTube channel together. It's completely not related to psychics at all. It's for a video game, Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's all Star Wars related. But I did a mini reading for him for one of these cards, and he's Sagittarius, and he got the card of Rebuild, which means everything that we just talked about: reconstructing, building, getting to where you want to be, focusing on yourself, letting it happen. It's all going to come to fruition, and you're doing the hard work, and it's better to have it all done and get it out of the way, and so that it's when you're ready down the road, or whenever you're ready, it'll just be ready and smooth sailing. You won't have any obstacles. You'll at least have a lot less, that's for sure. So I just find it ironic. I just remembered that I did that. And yeah, it's completely in alignment with what's being said here. One of these messages just fell out. It's an emotional card number 8, moving on. Okay. Emotionally, some of you are moving on from the past, or from an ex, someone that did not give justice to you or serve you in the right ways. For some of you, you could be moving on currently from a partner, emotionally. Maybe you're taking some space or distance. Maybe it's just temporary. Okay, this doesn't necessarily have to walk away permanently. Sometimes we go for a walk on the beach, right? We always have to come back. Like, you don't just keep walking. Like, you come back. Some of you come back, or some of you go to a whole nother destination. It doesn't matter. But I'm being shown here, regardless, you have to take those steps. Because spiritually and emotionally, it has to do its work, its inner work, and that's part of the inner work. And it allows you, whoops, so that's what it looks like. I don't know if I got to show you clearly, but this is what it looks like. And then ultimately, we've got the card Spread Your Wings and Moving Forward. Okay? So this is doing the work, and then after that, like I said, smooth sailing. Things are going to be really soaring through your love life. It's just going to get easier. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, and I'm not saying you won't have obstacles or challenges, but it's going to be uphill. All right, and that's definitely top side. That's what we want. But nurturing yourself is definitely in the cards for you for sure right now. And that's very vital to your love life, whether you're already with someone or single, because it's what's the magic that's going to make it all blossom and come to fruition. And because you're a fire sign, it'll make it spark real quick. It won't take long. So I hope that was helpful. Well, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. And if you enjoyed it, please be sure to drop a like. I understand that this will not resonate with everyone, and that is okay. Drop a like anyways, because it pushes the video out there and allows for those that need to hear the message. So it'll get that video out there for them, and it's free. It costs nothing. If this does not resonate with you, again, that is so okay. There's plenty gifted advisors out there all over YouTube that I'm certain will have the message that you need to hear for yourself. Okay, so of course, if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as we would be honored if you would join us. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.